Hey, can I tell you a secret? As a dad, I never lose my temper. Yeah, okay, that was a lie.
Aphrodite.
Hey there, welcome to Aphrodite. So towards the end of last year, I really wanted to find out more about what dads of South Africa are thinking and feeling when it comes to fatherhood. So I started a survey. Now, to be fair, it wasn't the most scientific survey of all time, but I did get 327 dads answering a whole bunch of questions about fatherhood, which is actually pretty cool. One of the big questions I wanted these dads to answer was this one. How often do you lose your temper in a way that you regret later on? So over 22% of the dads who took the survey said that they never have that experience. And I've got to tell you, I am definitely not one of them. I'm more one of the dads who make up the 35% of the group surveyed who said that they lose their temper with their children sometimes every day to a couple of times a month. So obviously I'm talking about all this from the perspective of a father, but remember, moms lose their cool too. Moms lose their cool all the time. Maybe as much as dads. Maybe even more. But don't tell them I said it because they scare me. And to be fair, kids can be really infuriating. And if you say that they don't make you lose your temper at all, then like, what are you, some sort of saint or something? How does that happen? I mean, just talking about all of the incredibly annoying things that my boys do daily drives me crazy. But I'm going to tell you about them anyway. So here's a quick fire list of some of the things that my boys do that turn this very happy-go-lucky guy into a rage beast. Not listening to me when I tell him to switch off the TV. Not listening to me when I tell him to get into the bath. Not listening to me when I tell him to get out of the bath. Screaming that they want to go to their grandma's house, and then when we eventually do take them to their grandma's house, being all upset that they're not at home watching TV. Leaving their shoes everywhere. Playing with their food after I just told them not to play with their food, and then dropping their food that they're not supposed to be playing with onto the floor, not telling me, and then letting me step on it, messing up my socks. I wear socks in the house. Being totally obsessed with sweets and asking for them all the time at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Being awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. Saying that they don't need to go to the toilet before we leave the house, and then telling us that they desperately need to go to the toilet when we're at the place that has no toilets. Absolutely loving one particular toy and then losing that one particular toy every single day. Like, if you love the toy so much, stop losing the damn thing. And of course, crying for no apparent reason. So yeah, I'm definitely in that 35% of dads who occasionally lose their temper. To be honest with you, it's something that I still struggle with every day, and it involves a lot of back and forth conversations with my wife and a lot of looking at myself and asking myself, why am I getting so angry about things that actually aren't such a big deal? Another thing that I have to constantly remind myself is that me losing my temper really doesn't help the situation at all, because my youngest is 3 and my oldest is 4. I mean, they're toddlers. They're gonna behave in the way toddlers behave. Now, it doesn't mean we just let them do what they want to do. We put boundaries in place and we're firm with them and there are rules. But when they act out, me acting out isn't going to stop them from behaving in that way. It's a really silly thing to do if you think about it. Another thing that I found that has actually been quite helpful is to be very honest about losing my temper. So afterwards, I'll talk to my wife about it. I'll do a lot of my own thinking, and I'll really acknowledge that that was a irrational and strange way to behave given that situation. Then the next time that situation comes up, I find that I have a little bit more willpower not to just go nuts again. Just as a last thought, I have to tell you that it was really isolating going through the struggle. I really thought that I was the only parent in the entire world that lost his cool with his kids in this sort of irrational way. But the more I started to talk to other dads about it, the more I realized, oh wait, no, a lot of people have the same experience. And that was really helpful because all of us got to share ways that we could calm down, ways that we could control the temper, ways that we could behave better and more rationally in those situations. So I think it's really important that we're honest with each other, that you tell me that, yeah, I am someone who struggled with this, and this is the way I've dealt with it. This is the way I've coped with it, because you could be helping me and you could be helping other parents who are watching this right now. So please leave your thoughts and tips in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Afro Daddy. I will see you soon. Cheers for now.
I love you, Afro Daddy.